All right, hey guys, what's going on? It's Chris from Dream Media. Got a brand new episode for you today. We're at the shop right here, as you can see. We're basically what I did is I was in the area, so I went ahead and dropped off some of the brand new 2000 Pros, and then I decided to do a couple of videos for you guys. So a lot of people were complaining about the new 2000 series. They were kind of saying that it's underwhelming, but I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a side-by-side comparison of both of those so that we can kind of dispel all those myths, and then you guys can get an accurate taste of what these things are like. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it, and I'll do it right after the intro. Okay, so a couple differences in between these two. So on top, we're going to have our SB2000 Classic and our new SB2000 Pro. You'll notice that you don't have a blinking light on the front, which is going to show you if it's on or off. And then you'll notice a completely different driver. So this one is kind of a matte finish. This one kind of has a little bit of a sheen to it. So that's kind of cool. Other than that, the boxes look almost exactly identical. So this one's going to have the classic metallic SVS grill. This one's going to have a brand new cloth grill. So you guys comment down below if you guys like those cloth grills. I don't like them, but I mean, it is what it is. So I mean, everyone hates change. So I mean, take it or leave it. Okay, so you have the exact same stuff on the new one that you have on the old one, except you have, it's kind of knobless. So the cool thing with that one is you get the ability to use the wireless subwoofer adapter. So if you don't want to necessarily run wires, or you can't run wires because you have an exterior wall, or whatever the reason is, you can use a wireless subwoofer adapter with this thing now. So you don't have to worry about wires. Another thing, you can use the Bluetooth control. There is 0 remote with this brand new one. The old one came with a little remote. This one doesn't come with a remote. And the cool thing with this one is it has all the goodies that the big boys have. The 3000s, 4000s, and the Ultras. It has the DSP built into it, and I'm not sure if you guys know what DSP is. So with DSP, it's a parametric EQ that you can modulate, that you can either increase or decrease certain Q values, and you can make them higher in the amplitude, lower in the amplitude. You can make them fat, wide, whatever you want to do. But basically the reason why you're going to do that is if you have a calibrated microphone like a UMic 1 or like a Dayton Audio calibrated microphone and some free software called Room EQ Wizard. Basically what you do is you run a sweep of your subwoofer's response, and then it basically analyzes what's going on with the sub in the room. So now you want as flat as response as possible because that's going to give you the most performance. If you have peaks and valleys and all kinds of stuff like that, you're going to have unwanted performance. So having that DSP ability is really, really cool because, I mean, people can go crazy with that stuff, and I've played with it before. So other than that, I'm not really seeing an appreciable difference in the sealed version between the two. I think the dimensions are the same. I need to check the specs, but just looking at them, having them deep and wide, and they look exactly the same. So maybe I should do a height difference. All right, so for the ported version, they look exactly the same in the dimensions. I thought the dimensions were going to be different. This one may have a slight height advantage, but it may be just optical illusion. Not really sure on that one. So I looked at the depth. They look exactly the same on the backside. So to be honest, it looks like the cabinets are the same dimensions, but I just need to double check on that. All right, so main difference that we're going to notice on the ported is I've pretty much checked the dimensions. The dimensions look almost exactly the same. This one may be maybe a couple millimeters higher, but it could just be an optical illusion. But the biggest thing that you're going to notice is the overall design. So this one's going to have a centrally located subwoofer. 2 of the ports down below, they're not the exact same size as this one. This was just 1 big port. This is 2 small ports. So that's something that's an appreciable difference. And some people like symmetry. Some people didn't like that they were goofy looking like this, offset. But I mean, now it's a little more cohesive, and I think that I really like the way it looks. So over here, we're going to have that light like I was talking about. Then the biggest thing that you're going to notice is that this is their normal driver, 12-inch driver. This is their brand new, newly developed high excursion driver, and we're going to go ahead and test that out in a couple minutes. We'll do a couple of demos just to see the difference in between the two. I'll leave the camera in the exact same spot, and then we'll actually see if it is a high excursion driver. But just the output that came out of it, it seemed like it did have a smidge more output than the I'm not going to call them the old ones, but I guess they are the old ones. So the classic SB2000 or the classic PB2000 didn't have as much output than this one, and I pretty much tested that on another video, and I looked at a dB meter and played the exact same tone. So I mean, It is what it is. It only has 50 watts more on the amplifier of output, but it definitely uses it. And I think the biggest improvement is going to be that improvement in headroom, because this one it was 500 watts and then it was 1100 watts peak. This one is 550 watts and 1500 watts peak. So, I mean, it definitely gives you a little more oomph whenever you need it. And I think that there was an appreciable difference in between that. So now we're going to go ahead and jump into the differences on the PC 2000 and the 2000 Pro. And then we're going to do some sound demos for you real quick. So with the cylinder versions, I'm not seeing an appreciable difference at all. There may be like a discrepancy in height just because this one's on the carpet and this one is not. So, I mean, they look exactly the same in dimensions. So there you go again, exactly the same stuff. They have the exact same port again. And then just the plate amplifier was changed, plus the, I think what they said is they beefed up the cabinetry inside. So I can't appreciate it on the outside as looking here, but I think what they said is they basically redesign the internal cabinetry. Down below, you're going to have those SVS isolation systems, and I think that really helps out. I don't think that just these should have it. I think they should all come with them past the 3000 series, but that's just not the way the company works, and I think that would be really cool if they did that, but they just don't do that. So I really believe in those SVS isolation systems. You can put them on speakers, you can put them on other subwoofers. It doesn't have to be that brand. They really help out, and I highly recommend testing them out for yourselves and then seeing what difference they make. Well, all right, guys, let me know what you think about the demos. I think there's an appreciable difference in between the old series and the new series. The Pros, they definitely have that high excursion driver, and that was very apparent on the ported version. That was the one that I saw the most excursion on that one, especially on that second to last note. So, I mean, big difference on those, slightly different output. To be honest, I think that they sound a little better to my ears, but I mean, you guys can take that however you guys want to, but I want to get a little more seat time and especially have these in a dedicated theater so I can give you guys a little more accurate testimonial and do an accurate or proper review for you guys. But this video is running long and I'm running out of footage, so I gotta edit it. I have to finish it here. Sorry I'm talking so fast. Make sure you like, favorite, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.